to start a business? Time and patience. I've met many people that wanted to start their own business, and starting their own business, they get it started, they get it going, and 3 weeks in, they're done. It takes time to build a business. What you're doing when you start a business is you're going from obscurity to oversaturation, where you want everyone to know your name. I was talking to a lady the other day that she started a business in the daycare industry. And she'd been doing it for about 3 months. And she has 10 spots available, but only 4 of them were full. And she said, Christy, I just don't know what to do. I have been out there marketing, but I've been in business a couple months now, and the phones aren't ringing off the hook. And I said, it takes time. The average consumer has to see your brand 16 times in 2019 before they call you the very first time. It doesn't happen overnight. I know that's what we want in today's society, is that instant gratification in business. Kind of like when we pick up that phone, we want instant gratification. But it doesn't happen that way. When you're building a business, it takes time. It's amazing that that girl's daycare business had 4 slots already taken. There are going to be some business ideas that you have in mind that you'll want to go after. And there'll be some silly ones too that you don't really focus on or you're not passionate about. But you can make them a reality. You'll want to begin to build your business slowly. It is important for you to slow down and nurture the business that you have to help you succeed. Kind of like that woman. She should be happy with the 4 and just keep working on building and make sure and take care of those customers that you already had. Some companies will fail because they grow too rapidly, and they can't deal with the rapid changes that they need to succeed. They can't keep up with the customers. They can't keep up with the invoicing. You need to slow down and make sure that you can deal with the changes that are happening in your business. You have to make a good start so that you can enjoy some time and enjoy seeing your company take off and enjoy real profits. When it comes to getting started, you don't want to work on a lot of different projects at once. You want to learn how to manage the workload. You're going to want to learn different ways to keep building your business. There's a certain element of supply and demand in every business, so be careful to try to balance this aspect in business. If in your community, for example, you have no childcare and many working parents, you can consider providing babysitting services. However, although 20 mothers might call you, you're not going to be able to take 20 mothers all at once. Closely and safely make sure that you can appropriately care for the children that you're taking care of every single day. And talk about those potential openings. At least if you're the sole owner with no employees, you're really going to see if you check and see if you can handle that many children. Although you might want to make as much money as possible, there is laws in opening certain businesses. You'll want to make sure that your standards are outstanding and not just good. You'll be able to have a customer base and raise your prices eventually and create that supply and demand curves. I was talking to a gentleman the other day that started a jelly business, and one of my first questions was, how are you going to be able to meet supply and demand, because everything that he earns is going back into the business? How are you going to be able to take on big box stores if you cannot provide the supply that is needed? And he told me of his plan. It was a great plan, and I look forward to seeing him grow, but it's taken him not overnight. I said, how long have you been in business? 2-3 years? He said, Christy, I've been doing this since the year 2002. So he's been doing it for a while. It's just building your business one block at a time, just like you're building a house. You can't throw it all up at the same time. You've got to build it one block at a time. You'll want to make sure that you have thought through everything before you open your business. Do a lot of research on your customers, a lot of research on your services or product, and also check out the competition in your area. Even reach out to those other business owners and talk to them. There's plenty of business for everyone, everywhere, and about half of business owners realize this. You might feel rushed for time when you're opening your business, but to succeed, you might need to slow down just a little bit and think it through. Your business is more likely to succeed when you think about it. It may seem difficult, but it does take time and it does take money to make money. You'll want to make sure and pay close attention to all the details of your business and the products and services. This is important so your business can be off to a great start. Lastly, you should think about the amount of money it takes to spend on the business to open the business. You may only need to purchase certain things right away to get your business started. You'll want to make sure that you have room to store it and a place to do the work when you start off on the small scale. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself and get a big office when you really don't need an office. I had a franchisee one time that they opened an office with a sometime spouse, and I said, you don't need an office with a sometime spouse. You can actually run it out of your home. They weren't in business for over 3 months because they opened this big office. They got everything that they needed, and they didn't need it all at once. So, of course, they ran out of money pretty rapidly because they thought they had to have everything. Perfection is the enemy of profitability. You want to make sure and just get what you need. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just launch it. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself with making those investments like that franchisee did with opening an office. Not only did they open an office, but they also put on a full-time manager before the business was even up and running. You'll want to make sure and consider the cost when you are opening a business. You should begin small and then slowly build your business up. You'll find when you make a solid, strong foundation for the business, and when you grow slowly, it's hard to fail with that strong foundation. So you build it one brick at a time, just like you build a house. You can't put the roof on before you have a foundation. You have to have a solid foundation to start your business. You guys have an amazing day, and thank you for joining me on the Sometime Spouse podcast today. I'm Christy Ogle, one of the co-founders of Sometime Spouse Handyman and Household Cleaning Services.